Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today's video I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to become a better producer. And so there's no sort of project to look at or anything like that, or any special sort of things you can do, or any sort of magic tricks you can do. It is a lot of hard work, but I'm going to give you 5 steps today that you can write down and you can make sure that you follow. If you do follow these 5 steps, you will become a better producer. So we'll start with step number 1. Step number 1, I've gone with produce different genres. Look at different genres. So everyone, or most people that come to this channel are very aimed at synthwave and like making synthwave music, which is fantastic. I do as well. But when I first started out making music, I would make one specific genre, and I really struggled sometimes to find creativity in that genre, and I find it difficult to branch out and come up with something new. As soon as I started to make different genres at different BPMs, started to look at them and how they're produced and how they're made and what sounds make them, I've noticed that my main genre got far better. The little production techniques, the little tricks, you know, the different sounds, the different, you know, even using different, you know, like for example, I put a demo up recently, and in the demo, even though it's synthwave, I used a dubstep drum from a dubstep sample pack, just because it fit, and just knowing different genres will help you become a better producer in your main genre. It just helps with sounds, and you know, you're picking different sounds, because certain sounds that you might think maybe a dubstep sort of flavour but work well in synthwave, and that's one of the things that I would definitely suggest to you. Learn different genres. I'm not saying go out there and produce 400 records and, you know, at different genres. Just pick some of your tracks that you maybe like listening to, because there's a lot of different genres out there, and there's always a track that you will like in a different genre. Have a look at that. What makes that track? You know, how can you rip the samples off it? Can you try to recreate all sorts of stuff like that? Will help you become a better producer. So that's step number 1, is produce different genres. Step number 2, learn. Learn. A lot of people that come here don't come here because they like the sound of my voice, or they like my stupid artwork that I put up on my videos. You come here to learn, and that's what I used to do. Learn. There's loads and loads of different producers out there that upload stuff. For example, Darude streams on yes, the Sandstorm guy streams on Twitch. Deadmau5 streams on Twitch. Sonic Academy put videos up regularly, and synthwave videos as well. So from the likes of the Midnight and Time Cop, I put videos up on YouTube. Keshmar puts videos up on YouTube and on Splice. The guy that made, I can't remember his name, Martin something he's called, he was the guy that actually produced Tsunami on his YouTube. Mark Mozart as well, on their Facebook page, they put up mixing tips, daily mixing tips. There's plenty of stuff out there that you can learn from. There's music magazines. If you're in the UK, you've got Computer Music, Future Music. Learn. Just watch the videos, try to recreate what they're doing, exactly what they're doing. So if they're making a certain track, a certain genre, create the exact same thing they're doing, because if you manage to get it exactly the same as what they've done, you will understand it more. And once you understand it, and once you can create it in the exact way they've created it, using the same samples, the same sounds, then you can move the technique over into your own music. Point number 3, compare and replicate. Compare and replicate. Talked about this in previous videos with mastering and stuff like that, where you choose a track that you like and you compare it to your track to try and get it mixed right. But constantly compare. There's times when I've spent literally hours and hours listening to the same track, a track that I really like, just trying to manipulate it and copy it, and you know, manipulate it the way I want it, and copy it and recreate it, and look at the sounds and rip the sounds out and try to find sounds that sound identical to it, and just copy the track. Look at the way the chord structure has been built, look at the sounds they've used, and just by copying that and then trying to recreate it and replicate it makes you a better producer, because you'll know when it's off, because you've got this song in front of you that you've produced, and you've got this song in front of you that's a commercially recognizable track from your favorite producer, and you'll be able to tell, you listen to him and go, well, hang on a second, his kick drum sounds far more punchier, than my kick drum. So then you can go in and EQ it. Oh, hang on a second, his bass has got more distortion and grit. Then you can go in and do the same thing, and you can, hang on a second, his pads are quieter, he's got more sidechain, he's got more reverb. Then once you start doing that, once you get, the track copied, you can then see how it's done, and then you can start to use that stuff in your own tracks. So point number 3 is compare and replicate other people's tracks. So point number 4 we're going to talk about now is get feedback from your music. Now, I don't mean send it to your nan, because your nan's going to say, oh, that's brilliant, that's fantastic, you're brilliant, you're super. No, send it to, well, you can send it to your nan if you want. Well, if your nan's a famous producer, then that's probably even better, but it's probably not going to be a producer. So send it to your nan, your favourite producer, your friends, colleagues, Facebook groups, everything. And remember one thing, when you do this, when you send it to friends and people that you know well, they're always going to tell you it's better than what it actually is. And when you send it to other producers, they're always going to tell you that it's worse than it actually is. Remember to take them with a pinch of salt. Like I said, if your nan tells you it's brilliant, don't start, ordering your BMWs or anything like that. You need to just chill out and understand that your nan's going to tell you that it's great. And then again, producers, there are a lot of spiteful people out there. You might have a really good track and someone might tell you it's crap because they're jealous. So make sure you get, you get all the feedback on board from everybody before you sort of make a decision whether or not it's a good track. So you get all the positive and all the negatives, and you throw them all together and you think, is this a good track? What are the reviews like? So get feedback. Send your tracks to me. You can send them into retrothundermusic@gmail.com. If you want to get your tracks signed to me as well, the label is still going ahead. I've had a lot of positive feedback about this label, so I've had a lot of submissions as well, so I'm definitely going to do it. Even if you don't think your track's label worthy, or even if you think it's just a demo or it's unfinished, you're not sure where to take it, fire it over to me anyway, and I will tell you what you need to do to finish it. And like I said, I will even help you finish it as well. So point number 4 is make sure you get feedback on your tracks from people that you recognise, and your friends and stuff like that as well. So we're going to go on to step number 5. And step number 5 is getting your music out there, getting your name out there, getting your brand out there. So what you want is a Soundcloud for definite, or some way of being able to play your music. So you've got Soundcloud, you've got Hear This, Mixcloud, anything like that where you can put profile up. BANDCAMP is another one, but BANDCAMP's slightly different because it's a bit more commercial. You don't really want to be putting demos out on Soundcloud, on BANDCAMP. But get your music out there. If you finish a track and you really like it and you want to release it on a label, go ahead and pitch it to labels. You can send it to me, you can send it to the other labels out there. If you just want to give it away for free, get it stuck on SoundCloud, get it put out to all the Facebook groups, submit it to new Retro Wave, see if they'll put it on the channel. In the previous video I've actually given a couple of decent ones as well. I think one's was it Recall FM or something like that that put music up on YouTube. Get your music out there and help build your name up more, and so people can actually listen to your music. Once you do that, your music will start to get out there more, you start to get more people interested in you, and you'll be able to build your brand up, you'll be able to get more followers, obviously people, then that will motivate you to to do more music. So that's step number 5. So I'll quickly run through the 5 steps again. Step 1, produce different genres, look at different genres. Step 2, learn. So you on YouTube, on Facebook, books, magazines, anything that you can get hold of, just study it. Step number 3 is compare and replicate. Always compare your track to a commercial release track or one of your favorite tracks and think, is my track as good as that, and what do I need to do to make it as good as that? And again, replicating tracks is very good. So pick your favorite track, a Miami Nights track, whatever it is, and try to copy it, make an identical copy, and then you can see where you're off and where you need to improve on, and that stuff like that will start to help your mind understand music more and production more. Track number 4, get feedback. So get feedback on your music, whether it's from friends or family or producers or people like myself that ask you to send tracks in. There's Zane World as well. He does like 2 or 3 sessions a week where you can send him your music, and he does live videos on YouTube, and he'll play music and he'll give you some feedback on it. It's a channel that I follow on Facebook, so that's Zen World, sorry. Zen World. Search for that. I think I've put him in a video previously. And then step number 5, get music out there, get it on SoundCloud, get it submitted to labels, give it away for free, get it on forums and whatever you can, just get it out there so people can actually hear it. Now make sure, one of the things that I tend to notice from amateur producers is the second they finish the track, they just fire it straight out there. Don't do that. Make sure you take your time, because if you've got one bad track out there, you know, it can really damage your reputation. So make sure you're really happy with it. Nothing more you can do before you give it out, even if it's a freebie. Make sure you're happy with it and you can't improve it anymore. So that's the 5 steps there. Now on a little side note, so it's like a bonus step sort of thing. It's not step 6, but it's like a bonus step. What I would say is be nice to other producers, to fans, to your critics. Just be nice to everybody. I'm not talking about be nice, you know, to your next door neighbour who's partying at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nothing to do with it. I'm talking about in the music world. If you know people say they don't like your music, just take that with a pinch of salt. Realise that not everyone's going to like it. Don't start trying to swat them or find out where they live and send them like dog crap in, you know, in an envelope or something. Just remember that not everyone's going to like your music, and there's going to be people that do like music that will give you, that will tell you. Try not to burn any bridges. So don't be nasty to other producers, don't be clever with other producers or smart or try to upset them or put them down or intimidate them. Just be nice. I'll tell you a story. I work with a producer on like there's an English music genre called Clubland, very similar to the Hands Up stuff from Germany, and he's a great producer, a great friend, and I always got along with him, but he would burn his bridges with other people. He would stop people getting remix work so he could get it. He would stop people getting DJ gigs so he could get it. And that was all well and true when the scene was massive. It didn't matter. But once the scene died down, many of the top producers and DJs got together and sort of took it on themselves. And what you would then find is nobody would hire him. Nobody would hire him for DJ gigs. Nobody would offer him remix work. So because he's burnt his bridges, he was nasty and backstabbed people, he's now, you know, he's struggling to get work now because he's, like I say, he's burnt his bridges and nobody wants him involved in the project. So that's not something that you want. You want to be doing. You want to be, like I said, you want to be nice. So like if you know you help somebody out, you know, and if you never really know who you're helping out, you could be helping out the next Deadmau5. You know, in 5 years' time, you know, someone that you helped out could be having number 1 hit records, and they'll remember. Well, hopefully they will. They'll remember you. They'll remember what you've done for them. So that's it. So as a bonus step or a side note, be nice. So that's about it, guys. If there's anything that you want me to talk about again, any of them points there that you're not too sure of and you want me to go over again, leave it in the comments below, or you know, come over to our Discord and you can get involved in there. There's plenty of great people there that have a lot of experience in production, and some people that don't have a lot of experience in production but still would like to give their opinions on it, and that's always great to get fresh ears when reviewing your music and talking about the actual the genre itself. And if there's anything you think I've missed off this list, if there's anything that you feel is important to becoming a producer, or anything that you know has helped you to become a better producer, leave it in the comments below and I'll certainly take a look at it. But for now, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching.